Hello everyone. So today we are here with means educational code forces around 124 div 2, and yeah, today means here in this video I'm going to post contest discussion. It would be a post contest discussion in which I would say that what mistake I did, and after that I'm going to show my ABC. I solved ABC question right now. Means in contest I was able to solve A and B, in which A got accepted, B got WTC2. There is a reason which I am going to tell, and it's not anything about wrong thing in implementation or anything. It would be something like because which you can also do, and during the contest you wouldn't able to know also that this mistake you are doing. Fine, it's not anything logical mistakes, but yeah, B also I'm going to say, and after that right now I absolve C because of B I wasted so much time, and C it had clicked in the contest at the end, but I coded on that time. Time hadn't left many. Okay, so I coded right now and it got accepted. So yeah, we are going to see this. Fine, means all we are going to see. Let me do. So what's the first question? And it was a basically easy contest, not easy, but yeah, when something I know today. Fine, obviously my rating would decrease, and yeah, I was able to solve a question only officially, if we say. But yeah, that's the thing. One important thing I'm going to tell. So in this problem, what the question was. So if you read this question, so you will get to know that it's the question name is playoff. Fine, in which I'm going to say that what this question is. Basically, you have given an n as an input, and on the basis of n total there are 2 raised to power 9 n teams. Fine, like 2 raised to power 3, which is 8. Fine, and here you need to print the index of the winner. Fine, basically the winner number. And there if there is 2 raised to power n, which means there are participants from 1 to 2 raised to power n. So you have to print the means what the number of participant. Fine, which participant had win, the number of that participant. Fine, so if we can see, if there is 2 raised to power 3, so total 8 participants are there. So the first match would be between at least 1 to 2, then 3 4, then 5 6, then 7 8. So in this there is a condition that if the sum of the athlete number is an odd number, so you have to print the lowest one, otherwise you have to print the highest one. Means between 1 and 2 the lower is a, so you have to print 1. So like that it would be. So you can observe the thing is like any of the case, any would be the any of the case if any two number are consecutive. Okay, if we see this first row, first column, so we are going to see that everything is even odd only, because every two sum of every two consecutive numbers is always odd. So there would be lowest one would be selected. So here at least one will win 3 5 7, and after that all odds are there. So what would be the condition for odd? If the sum of all athlete number is even, odd plus odd is even. If they are even, so the number with higher rate that will win. So yeah, so 1 and 3, so 3 will win, and 5 and 7 will win, and between them this is also even sum, odd sum, even sum, so 7 will win. So what the conclusion is that, because the answer would be always 2 raised to power n minus 1, means there if there are 3 and it is given 3, so there are total 8 players, so 8 would not win. The reason behind is 8 would eliminate in first round only, because 7 and 8, so we will give priority to 7, and after that all are odd, and here we need to find the maximum one. Fine, means the higher one. So yeah, answer would be 2 raised to power n minus 1. So yeah, you can see that if there is 3, so answer would be how much? Answer would be 7. If there is 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 1 minus 1, answer would be 1. So let's see the code, and I hope that everyone had solved this question. This is nothing, this question has nothing to do. Okay, so let me show my code if you are not clear. So where is this? Yeah, this is the condition. So I stored in answer power 2 raised to power n minus 1, and I declared this answer. Fine. So this is what about the first question. Fine. Let's move to the second question, which I in my contest it was not accepted, but right now you can see this big wrong, wrong, wrong. Now it had accepted. Fine. So let me show you what this question. Let me explain this question. It's a very basic, simple problem. Fine. In terms of mathematics and everything, logic also, it's simple. So basically what you have given means what you have given, you have given here is a number, fine, and one of the friend of what means recently your friend, one of your friend told that if there is means if you have given n, so there would be an array of n elements, fine. So what you he had said, that he had assumed means, or we can say he had claimed that if you select any I comma j index, or we can say if you select any two number of this array, and if you found the difference between them, you find the difference between them and replace this a1 with this and a2 with this, means replace both of them with this. So the sum of there would be some sum, fine, means if we calculate the sum of all this, so the answer would be some sum, and after that, after replacing also, if you do the sum, so that new sum dash would always be less than our previous sum, fine, he claimed. So in this question we have to, means in this question we have to print that at means we have to say that his claim is right or wrong, fine, means for you, if he given like if n equal to 2, so we have to find for any array of two elements, the answer would be what, means his claim would be right or wrong, fine, that you have to print. And if it is right, sorry, if it is wrong, so what you need to do, you have to prove it, so you have to means print the array also, fine, which will satisfy the condition. So that's the question, fine. And yeah, here is the condition. So the one of the basic thing which held in my mind during the contest, it was like a1 plus a2 plus this plus an, which is giving us some, fine. So I calculated, means I replace like this is the answer, fine, this would be the sum. So what would be the condition that sum, means this is our new sum, in which we replace a1 dash plus a2 dash, or we can say ai comma aj dash, fine, or we can say that we will take any I comma j index and replace it with what replace this with ai minus aj plus ai minus aj, fine, and rest would be the same. So what would be the effect in sum? New sum would be what? New sum would be new sum would be new sum would be sum plus previous sum plus we had added what, ai minus aj, fine, added two times, fine, mod of 2 minus of what we have previously ai plus aj, fine, that we have previously which we had replaced. So this what we have to, here is clearly say that it will increase or not change. You have to claim, you have to prove him wrong, that this sum, fine, this sum would be greater than that previous sum or maybe equal to. So what would be the condition, so that this would be like sum, it is addition, fine. So the basic condition would be 2 into a of I minus aj, fine, it should be greater than or equal to ai plus aj. This is the condition. After that only, like if this would be the condition, the answer would be 0 if both are equal, so sum would be remain that one only, previous one only, so no effect would be there. So what would be the condition here? 2 ai to aj less than equal to ai plus aj. So we are finding here, so here it will 3 aj and here it would be ai. So what we had saw here is like, for like if we have given aj, fine, so ai would be 3 times of what, aj, fine, we have to make an array like that. So it would be like, if this is like that, so another one would be 3 into 3 into aj, fine, because if you denote this as ai, so another one would be how much, 3 ai, so ai is how much, 3 aj, and fine, aj is means okay, fine, 3 into 3 aj. So what we can see here is like, we have to print something like 1 3 raised to power 1 3 raised to power 2. The reason behind is like, you assume this as ai, sorry, you assume this as ai, so it would be sorry aj, So it would be AI. Fine, and here we can find that AI would be 3 into AJ. Fine. So you do not confuse. It's not in multiple. It's not a multiple of 3. It should be power of 3. Fine. So if you can take 3, if we do for n equal to 4. So what would be 1, 3, 3 to the power 9, and it would be 27. So if you calculate 9 minus 3, 9 minus 3 is how much? 6. 6 into 2, 12. And 9 plus 3, 12. So it is giving us right. And as it go along, so it is obvious that the difference would be greater only. Fine. So like that you have to do. Here you need to do power, not means not multiple. If you are thinking like this, so it would not verify. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 into 2, 6 is less than less than 9. Fine. So it is not. It should be in power. Fine. So if n equal to 4 would be there, so we have to print yes. Fine. You have to print yes, and it would go until 3 raised to power 3 means 3 raised to power n minus 1. Fine. You have to print the like that. So you will ask that, so at what condition it would fail? Because we can see that every condition it is giving us right answer. It is valid. It is true for any any means what means power of 3. Fine. So it is right that it would give every time answer. But the thing here, he told clearly that for any array A of n integers where AI should be greater than 1 or less than 10 raised to power 9. Fine, understand. What the condition is that your highest power, fine, 3 raised to power n should be less than or equal to 10 raised to power 9. So it is an upper bound. After that, you have to print no. If any number is going above it, so answer would be no. So what you can do, I am taking log. Fine. So 10. Sorry. How much it is? 10 raised to power 9. 9 into 10. Fine. So n would be how much? 10 raised to means what would be this? 2. Fine. Approximately 2 and 9. So n would be less than equal to 18. So max to max, it could go until 3 raised to power how much? 18. This is the max condition, for which we will start from loop how much? 19. We will go till 19. Reason, we start from 1 now, so it will go till 19. So that's the code. Everything is that. And yeah, you saw that I solved this question, but the where I did the problem, so I am going to say you. Fine. Yeah, here I calculated also. I wasted so much time here. So first let me show my code. Fine. This is the accepted code which I had. Fine. So here is the beautiful code. So yeah, we have to put the condition if n is greater than equal to 19. I said no would be the answer, otherwise yes. And at the end from 0 to n means n times you have to print what? The power of 3. That's all the question. Where I did wrong, where my answer got wrong is in this accepted answer, I declare a variable, fine, answer, which is long type, and that answer I printed, fine. But when I printed first time, sorry, when I printed first time during the contest, which I when I printed first time, so on that time I directed printed power, which gave me wrong, because if you answer means directly into see out directly print, so it would not recognize that what is the data type of it. Fine, that is called typecasting. So because of it assume that the answer is big, so it assume that it is a string, so it is not a valid format. Fine. So this thing you kept in mind, and that previous question also, then in A, which is 2 raised to power n minus 1, if you directly print it, it would guaranteed show wrong. Fine. So that is why you have to declare the data type. So here my mistake is I have to declare in data type, or if possible, if I do like that also, na, in bracket LL, if I put, so that on that time also it would give my correct answer. So okay, let it be, my rating would decrease, and yeah, means exactly my contest rained up because of means this question, but it helped me to know the things, fine, which this mistake I and you should never repeat. Fine, that's the question. So this was all about B. Okay, now let's do C. C is also an easy, but yeah, it's a complex type of problem, means in which while reading for me about 10 minutes on 20 minutes, I was not able to think anything like what is going on. but at the end it got cleared. So let me explain this question. So the thing is that you have given two rows, fine, and n computers. Let's say five computers, and all the row which are there in row, they are all connected. So they asked to connect what? They had asked to connect the both rows. Fine. This is the row of A computer, this is the row of B computer. So they asked to connect the row in which their cost should be minimum. What that called fault tolerant network. You have to connect this wire so that fault network means what? This cost would be minimum. And what is this? This is the difference between this. Fine. This is the difference between them. Fine. A1 minus B1, or we can say whatever the connection we are doing. So it would be means like what? Minimum. It should be minimum. So here is what you can say easily, like we can do like this, connect like this. So it would be complete circuit. So yeah, it is right. But it is not guaranteed that it would give us less. It is one of the case. It is the first case. Fine. Here what you need to do. Here the only thing you need to do, you have to consider the last four and make connection with everyone. Fine. So this is the first case. So what we need to do is, and you will say that at what point we will connect B2 here. So I would say that you have to find the shortest difference between this fourth and everyone, and applied for every four corners. You have to find the shortest difference between them. Fine. So what are the possible cases which could possible? If we say that one, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So second case would be what? It could be like you would connect this and this. Everyone is same like that only. Fine. After that, this circuit is complete. This is one of the case. Fine. After that, you will find the difference. Another case could be what? I'm explaining every case. Another case would be if these are means like what? They are connected, and here if we are connecting this, we are not getting the minimum cost. Fine. So it is connecting to someone else. Fine. Maybe here, and it should be shortest difference between them. Means between all this, it is the shortest. And here similarly it will also means connect whoever their difference should be shortest. So like that only, vice versa, it would convert means this fourth and sorry, fifth and fifth would connect like that, and one will search with the shortest one. So that would be the case. And the last case could be if this is not possible. If all these are not possible, so it would connect with someone which gives the difference is smallest. It will also connect with someone which is giving smallest. It will also connect with someone which is giving smallest, and it will also connect with someone which is giving smallest. And after that, you have to store this all the sum in one vector and print the smallest one after sorting. So that's the thing. Let's see the code. Fine. This question is also like about if else only. Fine. Nothing more thing. Fine. But you have to be clear. Otherwise, what will happen? The question will become complex. So let me show my code. This is the code in which we had taken the input, we had taken the two arrays. It's clear. And I said now we have to find the smallest difference between the corner one and the another one, another row one. Which element will give the smallest, means the minimum one. So we had calculated m1, which gives us the what means the first element of A with of any B, and similarly for B, and similarly for the last corner of A, and similarly for last corner of B. After that, what we declare an vector in which okay, we also declare this P, which is what that the condition, the two condition I explained now. This condition when we connect directly the things, yeah, like this conditions. This both condition we had taken, and on the basis of that only we will do. So yeah, this is the condition. This is the condition. P would be the means what? The difference between them. Q would be like that. R would be like that. S would be like that. And after that, what we place this P plus Q. First our case. This is our second case. fine, r plus s when they connected diagonally. After that, if after that, what would be the case? Like if first is connected parallel but other two not, so they will connect with the smallest one, which they can similarly for q, and similarly for r, and similarly for s, for all four corners. And at the end, when no one when's parallelly connected would give shortest answer, so they all would connect with their minimum one. So that would be this case, fine. And after that, I shorted and print the vector. So this is C question. It is little bit complex, but yeah, you have to do means like think about it, means clearly paper in, you have to write the cases what could be possible, and this all things which was this contest. And yeah, the this is the contest, and tomorrow is another one contest. So in this contest we have learned that this contest is they basically tell me about uh, the data type and typecasting. When the things are converted, you have to also take attention to the things, fine. It's not always your logic is right, so answer would be right, but the some conditions you have to put, fine. And many things I learned from here. And this was about all this about contest. So that's all for today. Goodbye, thank you. Where is